Welcome back to Elijah Plus. Today we're going to talk about Apple's WWDC event of 2022. Apple has released a lot of announcements for this event, and I'm only going to be talking about the few specific things that I found most exciting for me. That, honestly, most of you would be enjoying as well. For the very first thing that I've been excited about for iOS 16, what they announced was the new lock screen features. I cannot wait to experience how I can customize my own lock screen. I feel like this would be a great addition to more personalize my iPhone. So basically what you can do with the lock screen when you receive iOS 16 in the fall is you can customize the colors, you can customize the font of the clock. I also noticed that the lock screen lock symbol is a bit smaller. That's a good thing. And then also you can change the whole wallpaper color, so you don't always have to go to settings and then wallpaper and then choose your wallpaper. You can press and hold on the wallpaper that you currently have, and then you can customize it through there. There's also widgets that you can be able to put on your lock screen, so like your activity rings, the battery percentage of your AirPods, also like the weather. So there's also a lot of things that you could do with widgets to add to your lock screen as well. So basically an Apple Watch, but on a bigger scale. Another announcement that Apple has said was the notifications are moving towards the bottom of the screen, so you can have more room for whatever wallpaper that you chose on your lock screen. I thought that was very intuitive of them to think about and actually implementing, just because I at times could get a lot of notifications and it's always blocking my screen, and sometimes I just want to enjoy my screen without all my notifications being in the way. There's also live action notifications, that's what I'm going to call it, just so if you have an Uber ride or if you're trying to track an NFL game, baseball game, or a NBA game, it gives you live action feedback of how long your ride will be there, or like the score between, let's say, the Lakers and the Clippers, something like that. So it always gives you live feedback of what's happening, so you can stay on top of things. Now, for some reason with Apple doing this next thing, I think it only applies for all iPhones and not yet towards iPad, but they also updated Focus. So Focus usually is where you just put on a certain setting where only shows you specific things on a type of focus. So like if you are working, you can only have work contacts or work text available, the basic things like that. But when it comes to now with the lock screen, Focus, you can choose a focus mode for a certain wallpaper for work focus, add certain widgets, also add certain messages to come in, also certain email notifications to come in. So basically it's a more detailed focus system, so that way only specific things can show up. So that way you don't need to have like a work phone and a personal phone. You can just have one phone but just on a different focus, so that way it can be personalized and detailed to what your specific needs are. Another iOS 16 update that I've been really excited about is with messages. Messages, you can finally unsend and edit messages. I'm so thankful for this update, just because I'm tired of saying sentences or accidentally misspell something, and I'm having to give out a list of asterisks all the time. So now that I can press and hold on a text and edit it, or if I didn't mean to send a certain text to someone, I can just unsend. And it's been really tough when I'm like, oops, I'm sorry, that wasn't for you, or oops, I'm sorry, all the time. So with this feature, I'm so glad that they implemented it on iOS 16. Also, what's coming is a unread option, so you would just swipe on the text towards the right, and you can get an unread feature, so that way you can press it and mark it as unread. So just in case if you didn't mean to press on it and read it right away, or if you can't right away, you can just let the textee, I guess we'll call it that, textee, know that you didn't really mean to read it at that moment, and so you can read it later when you finally get a chance. There's also new Memoji poses coming soon. I haven't seen them just yet, but I've seen Instagram posts of what people have already saw through beta versions of iOS 16. Another major feature that I saw, which is updated to live text. When they first released live text in iOS 15, I was really like bummed out, because I'm like, where was this feature in high school? It's been so much easier to take notes, during college when I would use live text. You just hold up your camera to text and you press the little icon on the bottom right hand corner and you can copy and paste it to notes, or you can copy and paste it in text. So it's been a really, really good enhancement to iOS 15. But with this updated live text with iOS 16, you can finally actually take a specific thing in a picture and copy and paste it to either a mail or message, so you don't need to actually put the whole picture in. You could just take a specific object and copy and paste it. Also with video, you can copy and paste text. So once you obviously press pause on a video, you can press and hold on text and copy and paste it from there, which is honestly really exciting and really cool too. Another thing that was introduced with iOS 16 and updated Apple Pay. So we still have Apple Cash, Apple Pay, but now they're introducing Apple Pay Later. So which is basically like, everyone has heard of Afterpay, but it's Apple's version. So now you can do installment payments on things that you want to get, and it will have a tracker system where you can see, how long your payments are. So you like for easy payments, as a basic example, and then it'll show you how much you will owe each week. So that's another implemented feature for Wallet and also Apple Pay. A quick tidbit about Maps. Maps have also been updated to where you can add multi-stop routing. So that's a small thing that I thought that was cool for people to know. We all know that Apple is all about privacy. And so with iOS 16 being released in the fall, they have a new implemented safety check. Basically all it is where for people who are in intimate relationships that are trying to escape or, things like that, they have the power now to revoke shared passwords, shared locations, shared information with those types of people. Also, it's there to help protect others that are not supposed to have it. They can easily revoke things, shared information like that also. Now, let's talk about watchOS 9. watchOS 8 has been a great addition to, its operating system and for what Apple has done. To move on with watchOS 9, it's just, I believe, kind of like minor updates, but I find these kind of significant for what the Apple Watch does. So with Apple Watch, it has more workouts coming soon, and also more detailed tracking of how you are doing in your workouts. So there's more graphs, there's more information. Like for example, if you are doing a pace and you usually have a certain heart rate here, but you either below it or above it, your Apple Watch can tell you, hey, you probably need to slow down, or you probably can try to push yourself a little bit further. There's also updated with sleep tracking. There's supposed to be where there's more graphs also from your Apple Watch to show you how, you could be awake at a certain time, or you're in a deep sleep, or you're in a moderately deep sleep. So different things that are more detailed for actually tracking your sleep. Apple has also implemented medicine tracking to watchOS 9. So with this app, you can track your medicine of how often you're supposed to take it. And instead of using reminders all the time, this is a great way to track your medicine. Apple has also implemented where they can monitor which medicines you should not take at the same time, or relatively the same time, because they can possibly cause side effects and end up, for you to be in the hospital. I also thought that was a very important step of, helping make sure that we take medicines the right way. Now let's move on to macOS Ventura. macOS Ventura is a pretty good operating system for what Apple has announced. They've introduced collaboration features that are also being implemented with iPadOS. For macOS Ventura, they introduced Stage Manager. So it's a more simpler, concise mission control, so that way you can still have tabs open, but without all the clutter. Something new introduced with macOS Ventura was handoff. So when it comes to FaceTime, let's say I'm using my iPhone on FaceTime call, and if I'm nearby my Mac or my iPad, a notification will come up and it will ask if I want to hand off to my other device, which I thought was super cool because I'm so tired of every time I needed to, use a different device for FaceTime and my phone is dying or my iPad is dying, and instead of just ending a call, I'm so glad they just introduced it where I could just hand it off to a different device. This year with macOS, we've also got a new clock app and also weather. Also, Apple has changed it from system preferences to system settings, and it also has a reimagined look. Lastly, with macOS, Apple has announced that you can actually use a iPhone holder and to use your iPhone as a webcam as well. Now for iPadOS 16, it's kind of been simple. I've basically gone over the stuff that it's gonna get, like from iOS and from macOS Ventura. Like for example, for iOS, there's the focus mode, there is the editing of the messages, and then with macOS Ventura, there's the stage manager is also being brought to the iPad, and more collaborative features for multi-purpose or multi-people to work on the same project. So I'm not gonna go over iPad, it's just basically the mix of both worlds and putting it together on an iPad. Now, let's get more into what I was excited about for the release during WWDC, and that was the new M2 series. Oh my goodness, I was so excited when I got to see the new M2 Midnight MacBook Air. It is so gorgeous. I absolutely love how we get a 13.6-inch display this year, and not just a 13, and then we get MagSafe, and we get 2 more available ports. So it's really great, and I'm glad it's in a wedge shape, not in the wedge shape design, and more flat edge like the M1 Pro and Pro Max MacBooks. So I'm really glad that we also have a notch now, because that means that we have a bigger display and many more colors now. So like Starlight, Silver, Gold, Space Gray, or I'm sorry, not Gold, Starlight, and the other colors that I'm excited to see. Now, my personal favorite has been the Midnight. I'm definitely going to get that this year, and there will definitely be an unboxing video on that coming soon. So keep your eyes peeled. Make sure you subscribe so you can see that. They also came out with a new charger, a dual USB-C charger, so now you can charge 2 devices at the same time, so either your Mac or your iPhone, your Mac or your iPad and your MagSafe battery pack if you have one, or both of your AirPods. So, whatever your heart desires that you need to charge at the time, duo charger is available now that you can purchase next month. Apple has decided to keep the MacBook Air M1 chip for $999 and the MacBook Air M2 chip at $1199 as a starting price. For education, it's $1099. Also, for hardware releases, they also introduced the new M2 MacBook Pro entry level. So it's the same old design, the same touch bar. The only difference is it has a better fan, a new chip. So yeah, same old with that, but just a new processor. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I'm so glad that you decided to come and visit my channel and to watch this new video. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and that notification bell so you never miss out on another video. I'm also going to make a which MacBook you should choose video, just because there's 3 available options and for a consumer level price range. So be sure to tune in for that one as well. Thank you guys so much. Hope you have a wonderful day. Apple has announced a lot of things for the event that happened.
Yeah, restart that.
Is really intuitive. I never thought Apple would do that. I just haven't mind.
Restart.
Another exciting thing that I've seen with iOS 16 announcements have been with updated messages. So
I'm so sorry. Please redo that. I was trying to the camera and then
another updated. See, you messed up my flow.
Bro.
I should just kick you out like a first new group. Jeez. WatchOS has been a great feature to the Apple ecosystem and the Apple Watch itself. So with WatchOS 09, I'm saying 09, like it's 2009, Lord Jesus.